I need to talk to you about one of the best Halloween horror series of films that you are not watching. What's up, cretins? What's up, creeps? My name is Chris. I am the only person talking horror on the internet. So let's talk about The Barn. Released in 2015 but set in 1989, The Barn tells the story of a group of teens en route to a concert that accidentally awaken local urban legend villains, the Boogeyman, Hallowed Jack, and the Candy Corn Scarecrow. This treacherous trio wreak havoc on the locals of Weary Falls. There's your movie. Now, I'm going to throw to you that this is a low-budget flick, and sometimes that is visible, but a lot of times it isn't. And a lot of that comes from the mood and the ideas that are presented. You can watch this and you don't only see, but you can feel that were this made in 1989 as opposed to just being set there, and it was processed in the manner in which things were made back then, you wouldn't be able to differentiate this from slashers like The House on Sorority Row or Hell Night or My Bloody Valentine or Slaughter High. It's clearly made for the love of the genre, and it features both Jason Voorhees' original Ari Lehman and Night of the Demons, Return of the Living Dead, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and of course, sorority babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama star Linnea Quigley. It is an endlessly fun throwback that received mostly unanimous praise. Fangoria, Ain't It Cool News, Bloody Disgusting, Dread Central, me, we all had very positive remarks and recommend checking it out. The Barn did well enough that it not only made remaining independent a viable option for writer-director Justin M. Seaman, it also served as a flagship title for startup indie label Scream Team Releasing. And I love Scream Team. And it's not just the movies and them enabling an alternative for artists who don't want to take the mainstream route. I also appreciate that they deliver a merchandise experience that's beyond just movies. They've done action figures, masks, posters, shirts. Here's my Barn board game. How often are you going to see that for a low-budget indie flick? Over the past 8 years, they've either produced or distributed a ton of other flicks. Cryptids, that came out this year. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, that was them. I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. You've got 1031 Part 3, 2, 1 with the fourth on the way, and a Cadaver Christmas. Of course, The Barn and its sequel, The Barn 2. The Barn Part 2 arrives in the aftermath of the original Barn. It's set in the now 1990s, wherein college kids make the mistake of opening a haunted attraction and attract a haunting they do. And like any good sequel, it ups the ante on all fronts. The creatures are more gnarly, the production is stronger, there's bigger threats, better kills, and it attracted bigger names. Joining the returning Ari Lehman and Linnea Quigley are Joe Bob Briggs and Diana Prince / Darcy the Mail Girl. Head of Trauma Lloyd Kaufman has a role, as does Hellraiser's Pinhead himself, Doug Bradley. I think a lot of what I enjoy most about this sequel is that it doesn't rely on the popularity of the original to carry it. Rather, it explores new ideas and it presents new possibilities. This is credit to returning writer-director Justin M. Seaman. I've personally spoken with Justin a few times at conventions. He often works at the Scream Team booth. He is a lifelong horror fan, and I've seen the proof of that, as the foundation of The Barn and its villains were made of notebook paper, pencils, and crayons when dude was less than 10 years old. He allowed me to not only hold, but peruse this book that he made as a child, and I feel entirely privileged to have done so. This is a childhood dream that he's revised, refined, and fully realized, and I am now proud and privileged to throw to you that he and Scream Team have announced an Indiegogo campaign that launched a couple days ago to close out the intended trilogy with The Barn Part 3. So, before I go into this is not an ad. I have been a longtime fan of these movies. I'm not going to throw a promo code at you or ask you to put Stuff Scared Chris Scared Me into donating into your donation comments or anything. I get nothing from it other than helping to enable a movie that I want to see be made. As with any Indiegogo campaign, there are perks in exchange for your donation. If you want a Blu-ray, the Indiegogo exclusive edition goes for $30. You can get various screen-used props and costumes from the last flick for $300 to $3,000. They're pretty rad and pretty intricate. You'll see why when you click over there. You can get your name into the thank yous at the end credits for a mere $10. Look at you, immortalized. Do you dare go one further in etching your name into horror history? You can have you or someone you love's picture put somewhere into the flick for $150, Blu-ray included. Or if you want to go one further and test your own acting chops, you can play a cult member in the flick, or you can get killed on screen in a scene with star of Night of the Comet and Chopping Mall, Kelly Maroney, who's going to be joining the cast. Or you can get killed on screen in a scene alongside The Burbs and Children of the Corn star Courtney Gaines. He is also joining the cast. Those three options, $500 a piece. Less than 5 of each of those are available. There were options to play the actual villains, but those went quick, and I assume that these are going to be next to go. So be forewarned, this movie shoots next month in the Pittsburgh area. Getting there and staying there are your responsibility. However, I am very much going to if my schedule permits. So I will go to Burgatory with you. Maybe we can also go to 100 Acres Manor Haunted Attraction, because you're basically my best friend now. Maybe the Monroeville Mall, the Buffalo Bill House, the Night of the Living Dead Cemetery. Does anybody just want to go to Pittsburgh? In all seriousness though, if you're not wanting anything but just want to throw $1 to them, anything takes them one step closer to goal and gives you a better end product. The campaign runs through the 24th of October if you would care to take part. If you can't contribute financially, following their socials at Scream Team Releasing, spreading the word yourself, or even watching the originals on a commercial-based platform like Tubi, or renting them for Prime for the whopping $2 ask would filter some cash back to the company. Maybe reposting this video could help spread the word, but asking that shit gives me the ick, so please just pretend it was your own thought. I didn't say that right now. Let's all get in this together and let's make The Barn Part 3 a fitting conclusion to a childhood dream. That's gonna do it for today, creeps. Do all these things. Let me know, do you want to see me die beside Courtney Gaines or Kelly Maroney, or would you rather see me as a cult member right over here? And as always, this is all just a matter of opinion. See it yourself, remain critical. Please support horror.